Let's talk about Cool Water by Davidoff. This is a very, very popular cologne. It's been out for quite some time, and it's a pretty recognizable blue bottle here. Now, I decided to pick this up because I'd heard about it for years, and I don't typically go for kind of average priced colognes because they generally tend to underperform and quite frankly are unimpressive. But I decided to give this one a chance. The reason I gave it a chance was because one, it's not expensive. Compared to some other colognes and perfumes, it's really not a bad price. And before we get too far into this, check out the link down in the description if you want to get one for yourself, a bottle for yourself, at a really phenomenal price. You can't beat the price on this. So let's smell it, see what it actually smells like. I'm going to tell you from my perspective what I think it smells like. Because you read the reviews and you're like, wow, this is so mixed. Some people love it, some people hate it. And then there's also just kind of the in-between where some people are like, wow, you know, this is okay. This is okay. But do you want a cologne that's okay? So let me tell you if this is okay or if this is verging on the amazing end of the scale. So I'm going to spray it. Try not to get any on the camera. I will say the atomizer on this for a cheaper bottle is phenomenal. It's got a really good atomizer. Okay. Yeah, I get the hype. I do get the hype. It's a very fresh, very clean scent. So when you first smell this, you're gonna be like, okay, this smells a little bit, to me it smells kind of minty, like a spearmint, but also maybe like a little bit of kind of sage, because you have some deep notes in there too. It's very, very fresh. Not citrusy, but fresh. It's weird because it doesn't just like hit you. It's not a fragrance that you're going to be walking by someone and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, what is that? It's not one of those fragrances, but it is a fragrance where you're going to wear this and it's going to be like, it's a good scent. It's not going to be too overpowering. It's not going to be obtrusive. I know there's a lot of situations and a lot of instances where you can't wear scents that are just like in your face. Personally, for work situations, something like this is ideal because you have people who for whatever reason just really can't be around fragrances, and I understand it because of allergies and sensitivities and things. It makes sense. This really shouldn't be obtrusive to those types of people, but it also should smell enough to where people can get that you're wearing a really good fragrance. It's a hard one to pin down because again, this is one of those that I feel like you could wear pretty much year round. In the summer, it's really reminiscent of like a beach scent. And Cool Water, it obviously gives you kind of those images itself, but like a sailboat, crystal blue waters, to me that's the image that kind of comes to mind here. But it's also a little bit refined too. It's got some of, once the dry down hits, it's got some of those elements that are a little bit more refined so that you could also wear this as a formal fragrance. I think this is probably one of the more versatile fragrances that I've ever smelled. And I'm not bragging on it just because of the really like nice branding here, Cool Water, and it's got this beautiful blue kind of teal aqua bottle. Because I'll tell you, if I get a fragrance and I don't like it and I don't think I'm gonna wear it frequently, I get rid of it, I give it away. Friends and family love it when I get a new fragrance because like 90% of the time they get it. If I don't love it, it's a gift. But I really like this one. This is one that I would wear kind of casually if I don't necessarily have something specific to put a fragrance on for. It's a daily scent. I think that this is good for most people. The smell is quite nice. It's very giftable because the bottle looks upscale and looks quite fancy. It's got like a classic look to it, but it's also not a super expensive fragrance. And that's why it took me so long to really try it, because for years I kept seeing this on everybody's fragrance shelves and like on Fragrantica and on fragrance websites and hearing about it, and I'm like, what is the deal? Because I've bought so many fragrances in the price range of this particular one that are disappointing. Now I will say in terms of longevity, it's going to last you a couple hours. I personally put quite a few sprays of this on because it's so light that you might not smell it unless you do. Like walking by someone, they might get a whiff of it. If you put like a spray here, and then a spray in this area, they might get a whiff of it, but you might want to do 2 sprays on each arm and then 2 sprays just to make sure that it's something that's going to stand out. But that's what's kind of neat about it, is it's pretty versatile and you get quite a bit in these bottles. It lasts you a really long time. This is the EDT, so EDTs are not generally as strong as EDPs, but I will say that I can recommend this for the price, for the smell, for the scent. If you've got any type of beach trip coming up or just like you want some chill summer vibes, I don't think you could go wrong with this. Definitely don't waste your money on other scents that claim to be like Davidoff Cool Water, because why would you do that? Just get the original. It smells great. Be sure to check out the link down in the description to get yourself a really good price on one of these. Subscribe if you haven't already and you like fragrance reviews, and I'll see you guys later.